I bet you don't know this one secret that helps you lose stubborn fat, regain your energy, and finally feel confident again in your body. In today's episode, we're going to be diving deep into this one principle.
What is that? One big secret? Sleep. We talked about it in some of their videos, but let's dive into this. So one of the big things is that most people don't realize that their hormones actually regulate themselves. So there's a wiring inside you. The universe, God, energy, whatever power built you, built a system to regulate your hormones. Most people don't realize that. And so when does that actually happen? Well, throughout the day, you're going through your day, you're using hormones, but when does it bounce? When does it regulate? It regulates during sleep, specifically during deep sleep cycles. So during deep sleep cycles is when your body can actually balance your hormones. And I think that's an interesting concept because most people are going to the doctor asking a doctor, can you balance my hormones? It's kind of backwards. How does a man in a white lab coat or a woman in a white lab coat know how to balance your hormones? That's it's kind of silly when you ask it like that. You already have a balancing system, okay? And so during the night, you have different cycles. You have light sleep, deep sleep, and REM. And obviously people know you need to have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But what happens when you get 7 to 6 or 6 to 5? What happens when you don't go to bed on time? You lose those cycles. If you miss deep sleep, your body can't regulate its hormones. So if your testosterone is low and you keep getting poor sleep, it doesn't have a chance to raise it. If your cortisol is high and you keep missing in your proper sleep, your cortisol can't be lowered. So during that deep sleep cycle, you need to have, they say about 1 to 2 hours of deep sleep, maybe 2.5 hours, and then REM. And during that phase, you release also a growth hormone. So it's interesting because so many women are interested in building muscle, and most of them aren't eating enough, which we'll talk about in another video. But the growth hormone is what creates bone and muscle growth. And so you have spurts of growth hormone released in that deep cycle. So think about that. When you get 6, 4, 5 hours of sleep, okay, and you haven't prioritized it, your body, your brain has to prioritize vital organ repair, okay? So vital organ repair would be brain, heart, lungs, and organs. So if you only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you'll have organ repair, but you don't have enough time for hormone balance and you don't have enough time for fat release. That stuff comes all last. So this is why we make this such a priority. So sleep timing, big thing is sleep timing. So going to
at a regulated time. Like, is there a specific time that you feel tends to be the sweet spot? 9, 10, 11, is there a range do you recommend for someone in their time zone?
I mean, if we had a perfect world, you would go to sleep when the sun goes down.
Sure.
But we don't live in that world. We even changed the time zones for some reason to and it doesn't work. We change the time zones. It still seems to be, oh my God, it's dark at 5 and it's now light at 10 or whatever. So the only thing that matters is you get to bed on time. Pick a time.
Pick a time and stay consistent.
Stay consistent. And the consistency is so that way your body can rely on you. Not because we are telling you to do it, it's because your body can't rely on you to give it what it needs.
Okay, so it can count on you going to bed at a certain time, which then your body, its rhythms, your hormones can regulate so that you can actually release the stubborn fat and let it go, lose it, because that can be so challenging a lot of times as women. If we're wanting to lose weight or just feel like more energized and we're trying everything, we're doing the perfect meal setup, trying to eat healthy, but what's the factor that isn't always supportive, or it is supportive and the secret is sleep?
It's very interesting because the timing, think about as a woman and as a man, but with your kids, those of you that have kids, did you try to get your kids to bed on time? So most people with kids put their kids to bed on time, but why? Why are you so adamant about getting kids to bed on time? Because if you don't get your kid to bed on time, they're going to be a big freaking a-hole or brat. You already know that, right? So you'd be like, well, that's interesting. What happens if I don't put myself to bed on time? You become that. You become the a-hole.
You're dysregulated.
Right? Dysregulated, right? And it's not because you're just crabby. It's because you didn't get a chance to actually reshift and balance your hormones. So notice that. We will make our kids a priority, but not ourselves a priority. And so these things that I'm telling you, it's interesting because they're such simple things to do, but what I'm telling you to do, if you follow it, you will keep yourself out of the doctor's office and having to take medications. This morning I had a call with a client, high-powered attorney, and she was taking thyroid meds. And this is exactly what she told me. She said, I went to the doctor, I was really tired, they gave me thyroid meds, and she was angry. I'm like, why are you angry? Because now I have to take thyroid meds for the rest of my life. And I was like, that's interesting, because she realized it wasn't fixing anything. And she said to me, I realized by taking thyroid meds, I wasn't fixing the cause. Your glands are not a cause of a problem. Your hormones aren't a cause of your problems. Hormones are the effect. We'll do a whole series on this, but your hormones are messengers and symptoms are messages.
That's powerful.
Yeah, that really is. So
your hormones are messengers and your symptoms are messages. And so when we start to listen to our bodies more and start to understand the natural processes that allow our bodies to regulate, to lose weight, to be more energized, and to consume the right amounts of food and things that would support us, we can work with nature and listen to the messages.
And exactly, listen to them, right? That's a big thing, going to sleep on time and getting enough quality sleep. I'll say a few tips here at the end. Stop eating or drinking 2 hours before bed. It's because your blood has to go into your digestive system and become very active at night if you're digesting food. The water or drink is so you don't keep getting up and peeing at night, okay? 2 hours before bed, no matter if you're on your phone or if you're watching TV, use blue light blocker glasses. This has been a game changer for me and many patients. Blue light stimulates circadian rhythm. It tells your brain that it's morning. So most people are on their phone right before bed, right, telling their brain that it's morning and can't figure out why they can't go to sleep.
So good. Yeah. Oh my God, that's such powerful tips. Thank you, Dr. Cody. That's amazing. Yeah. So if you're someone who wants to lose that stubborn fat, you really want to create more energy in your life and just regain your confidence, then click the link below. We have a direct link to thefast40.com where you can learn a process that has been proven, doctor supervised, that allows you to reset your hormones, release weight, and create that life of energy for you. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can be alerted anytime we're producing new content to help you live a healthy, thriving life. Bye.